And to speak more on the recent shooting in Nashville and the spate of school shootings in the U.S., global affairs analyst Ibidolapo Ajayi joins me virtually from the U.S. Good to have you join us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
As with every other mass shooting in the U.S., it's always a really sad development, especially because people expect that things would have changed by now. But let me ask you why the number of mass shootings in the U.S. has risen sharply, especially with the figures we're seeing.
Thank you. This shooting yesterday marks the 130th mass shooting in the United States. That's the highest number of mass shootings in the past 6 years. And it's very alarming. And it's pretty sad that our schools are no longer safe. Our children are no longer safe when they go to school. And we continue to see incidents where people, for whatever reason, will go into a school and just must and bill that basically, ensure that maybe there will be more checks before people are allowed to buy guns. Interestingly, the state of Tennessee is one of the states in the United States that allow people to carry guns without a permit once you are age 21. They were actually considering reducing that to age 18, where you wouldn't even require a permit to get a gun. Now you ask, why are we seeing the increase? Back when we had COVID, we thought maybe this was a result of post-COVID depression and other things that people might have gone through, just being at home during that period. But it just seems as if people just have issues that they feel they have to take out on other people, because it's hard to explain why schools are usually the target these days.
And the gun problem in the U.S. is also as bad as mass shootings are, but it is also beyond mass shootings, because there are homicides and there are also suicide by firearms, and these are also even more prevalent than mass shootings. But the problem with mass shootings, and this is what I wanted to speak to, is the fact that once there is a rise in violence, especially in public places, that would also drive people to buy more guns.
Absolutely, because now everybody feels the need to protect themselves, to protect their children. And, again, you also see situations where you see copycat attacks. So everybody, especially when people are seeing issues like this, they feel the need to go purchase weapons. Now, when you look at the weapon that was used yesterday, this is another assault rifle, the AR-15, which the government is trying to, ban, but it's going to be very difficult for the government to do that at the present time, given that it just passed one last year. So you're absolutely right. Once incidents like this happen, people feel the need to harm themselves. And it's a constitutional right in the United States.
And the thing with mass shootings is the fact that once you've been in one, it doesn't spare you from experiencing another one. I listened to, I think it was Shondell Brooks, whose child was in that particular school, and she had lost another child earlier in 2018 to mass shooting. And then there was another woman who was in vacation in Tennessee with her son. They had also experienced similar mass shooting some time ago as well. And one wonders, with testimonies like this, what would it take Congress to pass stricter gun control laws?
It's going to be very difficult. Let me tell you why. Because the NRA is usually affiliated with the Republican Party, so they have a strong lobby with the Republican Party. And if you recall, the Republican Party now has control of the House. And it's going to be very tough to expect Speaker McCarthy to bring, any bill to the floor that will be restricting guns further, because some members of Congress are also members of the NRA. So the appetite to do anything about it is going to be very, very, very low. President Biden, of course, will call out for stricter gun laws. He should do that, and he has. But whether we will see anything happen in the Congress is going to be, at this point, I feel that's probably unrealistic, because Senator John Cornyn of Texas came out yesterday and said exactly the same thing, that he doesn't think there will be further need to do anything, given what they've just done last year.
And the challenge is that it continues to get worse every year. Thank you so much for talking to us. The Global Affairs Analyst, rather, Ibidolapo Ajayi. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Over to Central Ecuador, where